Can a second-tier club gain promotion to the top division and then reach the Champions League's group stage all in just 4 years? Of course it can. That's why we love football. Everyone has the right to exceed expectations, no matter how big or small they are, and Union Berlin is no exception. The German side has been on a meteoric rise since the 2018 to 2019 season, with the Swiss manager Urs Fischer taking them from the bottom of German football to the very top. So if you want to learn about the history of Union Berlin, how they managed to reach the 2023 to 2024 Champions League group stages, and what the future might hold for them, hit those like and subscribe buttons and make sure to watch until the end of the video. Union Berlin was founded in 1966, but its origins can be traced all the way back to 1906, when its grandfather club, FC Olympia Oberschöneweide, was established. The club participated in various regional and lower-tier leagues, winning multiple titles during their early days. It also went through challenging periods as it dissolved after World War II. After years of division and rebuilding, the club was officially re-established as FC Union Berlin in 1966. In the 1990s, Union Berlin won the German third-tier championship twice, but was not allowed to play in the second division as they were struggling financially during political changes. However, the club was finally granted their place in the second tier after winning the Regionalliga Nord in 2001. They also reached their first DFB Pokal final in the same year, eventually losing it to Schalke. Still, the club kept yo-yoing back in the lower division, and finally, in the 2008 to 2009 season, they earned their spot back in the Bundesliga too. Since 2009, the club remained in the second division, finishing as a mid-table club almost every year. Enters Urs Fischer. Fischer took over the club on June 1, 2018, after spending 7 years in the Swiss top tier, winning 2 league titles and 1 Swiss Cup with Basel. It is safe to say that appointing Fischer is the best decision taken in the club's history. Not only did he completely transform the club, but he also did so sustainably, leading the club to successive achievements with every passing campaign. Under Urs, Union Berlin finished third in the 2018 to 2019 campaign, which saw them qualify for the promotion playoffs, which they won against Stuttgart. And just like that, Fischer led his club to their first promotion to the German top tier in history. Union Berlin's first win in the top tier came in the best possible way as they defeated Borussia Dortmund 3-1 in a home game. The club finished 11th and away from a relegation battle in their first campaign in the German top tier, and things kept on getting better and better. Union Berlin finished 7th in the league in their second season and qualified for the inaugural UEFA Europa Conference League. The following season was even better, with the club finishing 5th and qualifying for the Europa League this time. But the 2022 to 2023 season is when the club exceeded everyone's expectations. Not only did they reach the Europa League's round of 16, but they also finished 4th, just 9 points behind the joint leaders Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, which earned them a historic spot in the Champions League's group stage. And that is why we are making this video, guys. Let us delve deep into how Urs Fischer achieved this historic moment with Union Berlin. It all started with the intelligent summer transfer window they had. The club knew precisely how to address the departure of some of their key players. Geraldo Becker, who joined the club in 2019, was an instant replacement for Taiwo Awoniyi, the club's top goalscorer, who joined Nottingham Forest. Jordan Siebatcheu also provided the same physicality as the 35-year-old Max Cruz. Diogo Leite, brought from SC Braga, and Danilo Doki from Vitesse proved to be instant hits as they settled alongside Robin Noche in the backline. Berlin kicked off their 2022 to 2023 season with an unbeaten run of 7 games and finished the season with 51 goals scored and just 38 conceded in the league. This highlights the attacking threat of the German side and their defensive compactness. Urs managed to do so by implementing a different system from other top German clubs. The Swiss often used a 5-3-2 formation in defense and a 3-1-4-2 going forward. Building up from the back, The goalkeeper Frederick Ronno often gets involved in the early stages of ball circulation, with the anchorman, Rani Khedira, dropping deep to invite more press from the opponents. Once the goalkeeper is pressed, the ball is played long to one of the advancing wing-backs. That was mainly Berlin's tactics throughout the season. They relied on keeping the ball in their area, not involving the advanced midfielders in the build-up, and then depending on the explosiveness of the wing-backs and the in-behind runs of the strikers to cause damage. To summarize, Union Berlin has been lethal in quickly transitioning from circulating the ball at their own third to their opponents' areas. As a result, Geraldo Becker finished as the team's top goal scorer with 11 league goals and the most assists with 7. However, this approach resulted in many negative stats for the club. They had the lowest pass completion with 69% and the lowest amount of possession with 37.1%. But who cares if the club delivers a positive end product? The 5-3-2 defensive shape helped the club keep 13 clean sheets in the league. With Rani Khedira acting as an anchor, he organizes the midfield and sets the compactness in the central areas. The club also depended on a careful yet intelligent pressing style that allowed them to outnumber the wingers in wide areas and suffocate the midfielders by causing fouls in non-dangerous areas. Both Siebechow and Becker, who drop to the midfield line when Berlin are defending, often take turns pressing the opponent's centre-backs. When one striker presses, the other shields the opponent's number 6, limiting the smooth progression of the ball in the second phase. Now, it might sound like Union Berlin depends on a boring Mourinho-esque, but that is not the case. The explosiveness from defense to attack is just beautiful to watch. Also, do you expect a small club with a limited budget to play heavy metal football? Not every club is like Brighton. Union Berlin now has a massive season ahead of them, with Thursday nights on the horizon, so they made further additions to the squad. Diogo Leita's stay was made permanent with Leonardo Bonucci arriving on a free transfer from Juventus. The Italian will bring a much-needed experience, especially in the Champions League. Another Serie A player, Inter's Robin Gosens, was brought in. Gosens fits perfectly in the left wing-back position, acting as a piston on the left-hand side. Kevin Volland and Brendan Aronson also joined the team to add more threat going forward, with Chelsea's Datro Fofana arriving on loan, bringing more physicality and further depth to the squad. Union Berlin kicked off the 2023-2024 season positively, winning the first 2 games in which they scored 8 goals before crumbling against RB Leipzig in a 3-0 away loss in the 3rd game. The club will aim to finish in the top 6 again, guaranteeing them a European spot next season. However, the club would be happy to finish in 3rd place, especially since they drew all of Napoli, Real Madrid, and Braga in Group C. Still, looking at how they surprise their opponents with explosive attacks, don't be surprised if you see Union Berlin proceed to the competition's knockout stages. And there you have it, guys. Do you think Union Berlin's model is sustainable? Will they keep exceeding expectations in every season? Or will they eventually decline and drop back to the lower divisions of German football? Share your thoughts in the comments, and remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons for more content. Until next time.